To shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking.
What up, world? It's your boy, Coolie, man.
We got AP the Chief in the building.
And y'all know what it is. It's time to plug them headphones in. Put the kids to bed. Let's begin to listen. It's grown-ups talk. Today we're going to talk about reparations, what it means for our community, what it means for our people. Are we even ready for it? Let's go.
What up, world? What's going on with y'all?
What up, AK?
What's good, Coolie? What's good?
Shit, I can't call it. You know how it is.
You already know.
Another day, another episode.
Let's get it.
But y'all know what part of the show this is. This part of the show is dedicated to you, to our fans, our supporters, our listeners, to everybody fucking with us on Mondays as we drop the audios, and everybody fucking with us on Wednesdays as we drop the visuals. It takes a special type of you to appreciate a special type of us, and we appreciate that.
Whoa, absolutely, most definitely. You already know the mom. Like, share, and follow. If you didn't do it, do it. Tell a friend and do that shit again.
And y'all stop acting all fucking stank. If you're on Instagram, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Play,
okay,
anywhere where you could put in Grown Ups Talk Podcast,
what you do, Coolie?
I need y'all to hit that motherfucking link.
Let's get it.
Whoa, listen, I need y'all to take a second right now. If you are not vibing, if you ain't got a bottle pop, if you ain't eating an edible, I need you right now to go over to Instagram, hit up Catch a Vibe 2. Again, Catch a Vibe 2. It's only right if you listening to us that you vibing, right? So I need you to go over there, hit them up. Shout out to the Queens of Edibles. Know what I mean? Get your edible right, and then go see my dude Bart over at Lane's Barbershop. Get your edge up right, fellas, right before you go over to 631 Middletown Ave, Middletown Cafe, and go have a good time, a responsible time, and go home safe with a little something to tuck for the night. You know?
Word.
Yeah, man. Hey, yo, shout out to TCB for the last episode, man.
Shouts out. Definitely a good episode. My fault, Coolie.
Yeah, nah. It was good vibes. You know what I mean? It was good to have dudes in here that we really rock with. You know what I mean? Shit, everybody that we've been having up here, we rock with. Like, you know what I mean? It's good vibes. I just like the feeling. Like, you know what I mean? It's shout out to TCB. Shout out to everybody that we had up here that was guests. You know what I mean? Everybody came through here. It was mad live, mad good vibes. It's just been, the reception is good on the podcast, and I appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yeah, though.
So yeah. This is you, cool. You gotta bring this in here. You came at me with it. I'm like, let's build. I'm saying.
I just know it's around that time. Like, you feel me? It's been a minute. We've been a little ratchet, a little bit more than much usually. So, you know what I mean? It's time to just get one of those good conversations in real quick. You know what I mean? And it's around the time everybody, all these politicians making they run for office and all that. They going in for whatever they going in for. I really don't pay too much attention to it, but I do keep hearing they're being asked the question of reparations for our people, period, for African Americans, any descendants of African slaves, point blank period. They're asking, what are they going to do for reparations? Do they want to give us reparations? Do they have a plan for reparations? What does that look like, feel like, sound like to them? And I wanted to talk to you outside of listening to them give their answers for it. How do we feel, or how do we see it from our point of view? If we get reparations, if we don't get reparations, well, we already see what it is not to get reparations, but if we do get reparations, or how you even feel about reparations, or, I mean, so on and so forth.
Okay. So let me start off by answering at least one of your questions. How do I feel about reparations, right?
Right.
I'm gonna start off right there. I don't know if they can pay us enough to, accept slavery or forgive and forget or whatever, either one of the F's, forgive or forget. I don't know if they have enough money. Like, I think the United States will literally go bankrupt trying to pay everyone back.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And if it was a case to where, we actually was able to make it happen and everyone get reparations, another question to answer. Do I think we're ready for reparations? Us as a people.
Think about it, bro.
Right.
Think about it.
So, I don't want to take too much time, but thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think that it can get no worse than what it is.
Right.
I don't think it will make society better, because it's like, right, the ignorance is still gonna be there. Like, right. Just because we got money, we're just gonna be rich niggas or niggas with money. Like, I don't think we're gonna be rich. No one's gonna be rich.
Nah, they owe. The last report I looked at online, since I started having interest in what this topic was, it was 14.6 trillion, $14.6 trillion that was owed out to if they wanted to just make it about money. So my perception of it is, I think they should give us reparations, but I don't think reparations is just a money aspect. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people think of reparations and they just think of, I'm about to get a check. I'm about to ball out because my ancestors went through it. They about to pay me for that or whatever. But it's not just a check, because you could look at it like, you get the check. 9 times out of 10, when they break down the math to each and every person, the check you get not gonna take you out of debt. It ain't gonna fix your life. It ain't gonna, it's not gonna be a large lump sum that everybody think. It's gonna be a nice little lump that help you. Just boost a little bit. It's gonna be like, what was those checks we got when Bush was in?
Stimulus.
Yeah, it's gonna be like just a bigger stimulus check. Like, that's all it's gonna do. Like, a lot of people are gonna mishandle the money. I feel like a lot of people not gonna do right with the money. They're not gonna do what would be expected. Which is like, start businesses, save it, put it up for their kids, anything. And I know kids. If you got kids, they get it. But my point is, I'm just looking at it in this, at the big picture. It's gonna be, they do owe it to us. I do feel like they should give us some bread, but I think that it's more than just bread that they gotta break with us. You feel me? I think they need to break down the justice system and rebuild it to be fair all the way across. I think that's part of reparations. I think all of the discrimination that's going on with being able to discriminate against people in certain states about their hair. You don't gotta hire them because of their hair. All of that, the bullshit, all of those systematic things that was put up against us to hold us back need to come down. Basically.
No, I absolutely agree. So, and this is just Google facts. So this isn't authentic.
Okay.
This is me doing my own mathematics and according to what Google facts and according to what facts you have. So I took the $14.6 trillion and I asked Google how many African Americans are in the US of A.
Right.
They said around 42 million.
All right.
So when I took that and I divided by the 42 million.
Right.
So if that was around to be right, we all would get about $3 million. All right. So
yeah,
3.3.
I don't know, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's
yeah.
a little. It seems a little, but U.S. of A. This is the thing. They're not going to spend $14.6 trillion.
Yeah, and what I gotta, if that math is right, and they're saying $3 million a person, yeah, that's way more than just a inflated stimulus check. I'm thinking like a couple $100,000, like I mean something real quick that
That's
you get rid of. But
right, that's just taking the numbers that they
provided us,
yeah. So it's just a roundabout number. If that was the case,
that is some life changing shit. Though. $3 million, you shit. I could change my life in $100K, but $3 million, Jesus. But I'm looking at it like this though. Like for me, if say they give us a $3 million, right? Now, do they get to walk around and say, "Oh, you can't talk about that no more"? You know what I mean? Or we paid you for your suffering with that. You get what I'm saying?
Like, so when you say is freedom of speech, we can talk about what we want to talk about,
right?
But when you say, "Oh, like they will hold us at a like," honestly, in that situation, I think that it wouldn't be a situation to where they would have to do that, because a lot of our problems are financial problems, right? And in order to get out of that slump or that hole wherever we're in, we gotta a lot of the times describe how we got there,
right,
why we're there, this and this and that. And
right.
so that tends to be, in their eyes, I guess, whining.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
and that's what I'm getting at.
Right. So there will be no reason to whine. So if anyone was to be whining about what, I don't know. Like, it would be not about financial gain.
Mm-hmm.
It would be more so about power then, because then if we had the money, then we can
fund our own shit.
Right, have the power.
Right.
So then it would become something totally different, because you know why? They would try to still keep a hold on us, even though we got the money.
Mm-hmm.
They were still trying to keep us in. Because me personally, that's why I believe what it is. They always got to keep us at bay. They can't give us full privilege of,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They can't give us the full privilege, meaning white privilege, right? You know what I mean? So, and
go ahead.
like, so,
you leading into my next question. Go ahead.
All right, so with that being said, it would be just something different. It wouldn't be about money then. It would be about power, for real. And then I think it will probably lead to some revolutionary civil war again, type thing.
So
possibly.
That's what my thing is. Like, is that like, because when you look at it, you gotta look at all of it. Like, that's why I say reparations isn't just the big paycheck. Like, because they can put, oh, you can't do this with your check. You can't do that with your check. Or, I mean, they could put restrictions on whatever. Or
right, give us a certain type of card or something. And you can only spend it like an EBT card.
Yeah, or they could break it down in small amounts, so it's over. Like, they could just do shit, and then not money wise. Let's talk about the justice system. Do you rewrite these laws, like, I mean, to give us equal rights, like, all the way?
I believe that they personally, yeah, I believe that they should rewrite the laws. And see, the thing is, I believe they should get some of they gotta get it
blunt. Let me put it to say that shit.
No, I know, but I'm trying to find the words. Coolie, chill.
Alright, my bad.
As I want to say multiracial, but it's just
diverse.
There,
Yeah.
that's I was looking for that word.
Got you, bro.
All right.
I got
So I was
you,
looking for
bro.
that word. All right. So as diverse as possible, right? So it will be strictly a bias format to keep, everybody at an equal standard.
Right.
And it will hold everybody at an equal equality, accountability. I mean, so with that being said, a lot of the laws now that's put forth, and see, I don't know if it's the law sometimes,
the way they use
or
it, right?
or the way they use it, or
it's more so the way they use it. But as we know, growing up, we've always been told the law has never been written for us, like at all. Like it's not there to protect us, like at all. Like it can always be used, as we see. Like our race is the most like incarcerated.
Yeah.
In every state, everywhere, period, in the whole country. But I'm looking at it as, because again, like I said, I keep saying this, everybody just looking for the big check. And yeah, we could get the big check and we could make some power moves when we all get that money. But the laws, like the system, period, has to be reconstructed. It has to be broken down and built back up to look at the diversity of the country, not just to help empower one group of people or and keep another group of people at bay. Be it us or be it our Latino people, like I mean, Mexican people, whatever you want to call them, like anybody that come into this country, that's born in this country, they need. If you want reparations from us. If we want reparations for us, it can't just be money. You gotta give it to all of us, because all of no matter what race you're looking at, like any Latino race, they got part of. I mean, their ancestry goes back to Africa. You really want to get technical, everything goes back to our people, like period.
Right. Yeah.
So you gotta make it equal for everybody, and it can't just be, oh, we're gonna cut them a check and they gotta shut up about it. Like that. Like to me, that's my fear. Like if somebody gets in office. And they like, yo, we're just gonna cut the check, we're gonna take the debt, but we don't want to hear nothing no more about slavery. Like, you know what I mean? We don't want to hear nothing about that. Like, we don't want to hear you talk about what it did or how far you had to travel.
They
we don't
can't.
want
They,
not
they
that
can't
they can,
do that,
not that they can, but just saying like every time, oh, here we go with this. Didn't y'all get a check for that? Like that type of shit. That's the atmosphere I feel that. Oh, if we just receive a check, that's what we're gonna hear. Like, you know what I mean?
See. That is, it gotta be like a cause and effect for that. Like, and once again, it will be on how we treat it. Like, you can't throw a check. You can't say, "Oh, you got paid, so we can't shoot young black innocent boys no more from the like." You know what I'm saying?
Again,
you can't.
Part of the system that gotta be
right.
fixed. Like that's part of reparations.
You can't say a check gonna fix shit like that, because that's
right.
modern day slavery.
Right.
So, I mean, the judicial system is designed, to keep us at bay, of course. I guess my question to you, Coolie, would be, well, all right. So before I ask this question, I'm just making this statement, right? So the fact that the world, well, not the world, but well, yeah, the world is taught to believe that Christopher Columbus discovered United States of America, USA, is a whole crack of bullshit. If you don't know your history and shit, and it was Africans and Indians here, right?
Way before.
All right. So with that being said, you know, the genocide that these Europeans, you know what I mean, did to these people, right?
Right.
Is absolutely crazy, and you know, it's sad that we are the ones that is made out to be the savages, the animals, and shit like that. When we don't have the history of, you know, hanging people from trees and
right.
You know what I mean.
Which is still going on to this day.
Right.
Which is like, it is not stopping. It's just.
So.
It's just being, it's more so being put out there now through the media, because we got camera phones and everybody kind of paying attention a little bit more, and you can see what's going on. We way the hell in Connecticut, but we could see what's going on in Texas, and we could see what the fuck going on in Seattle or California or whatever. Like,
right.
I
so,
mean,
right.
you got that instant access to what the fuck is going on across the country, like even across the world. Like, I mean,
that leads me to my question right there. Right now, you see where I got you thinking. So, right, so people see how I got you thinking. So, with that being said,
yeah,
with that mind state, right?
Right.
Getting the money, getting your reparations. Do you remain silent still? Like, you see, because the money is power.
Right.
You first get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect. Right.
Right. Yeah.
That,
Shout out to the locks.
right. That's yeah.
Right.
So we get the money.
Right.
Then we get the power by, you know, explaining the truth to the world and really exposing, you know,
what's going on.
What
happened to us.
The truth.
Right.
The
Being
truth.
able to tell our story.
Right. And really
same way the Jews get to talk about their story, the same way Asian people get to talk about what happened to them, and I mean all of that type of stuff. Like, yeah.
My question is, do you take your money and enjoy life, or still fight for the cause? Like, cause you know, that would be the thing. That would be probably the only reason I think the money will come into play, is to stop something.
But
if we were close to something.
All right, quick question. But quick answer, but a question right back to you, right? So my answer to that is, I'm doing both. I'm taking some more money and I'm setting it up for my grandkids and my kids to be straight. Like, you feel me? And I'm gonna try to be as smart as possible with the money. But yes, I'm gonna take some money and invest in or help support making shit all the way right. Like, I mean, because like I said, it's more than just a check. Like, it's because Jay said it, and we quoted it a couple times. No matter what stature you get to financially, you still seen as just a nigga.
Right.
Like, you feel me? You're still seen as a wild animal that just happened to make it to this far in life.
Do you fight to change that perception?
Yeah. And you just, if it's not that I can change it, or if I know something that's going on that I can help fund that's changing it, or if I could just be there to support something, I'm still gonna do it. Like, even still doing this podcast and talking about what's going on. Like, I mean, the injustices, the rights, the wrongs, the tough conversations we gotta have. Like, this is, for some people, a tough conversation to have. Like, you feel me?
Right. Cause I only ask that, you know, I know you is, don't think you're one of these type of people, but you know how quick a person will sell his soul for a quick buck.
Yeah.
So that's, you know what I'm saying, that's the tough questions.
Yeah, and now I got you thinking. I go right into my question. My question to you is, do you think, because you know a lot of our activists and a lot of people that speak up for our community, they say that a lot of our issues or a lot of our tension is because of the financial situation and because of the environment that we're in, right? So if everybody received that type of money, instantly that's going to change, right? Or it should, right? Do you think that it will stop a lot of the crime that's going on, and or do you think that is the actual solution? Just give us the bread.
I do honestly think that the crime rate will decrease as far as the African American society or community, right?
Okay.
But I think it's a possibility that it can also increase from other races. So, with that being said, I mean, just because we will be in a position to being up. So, especially if it's that $3 million. You know how quick the weak and innocent will be preyed upon, knowing that they're African American. He gotta have $3 million.
Yeah. And then probably never even got his check yet. Never, not received nothing yet.
Who knows, right? What happens, right? Or like you receive the check and you go get something nice, but you listen. We got people that's watching you and would prey upon you and play the frenemy.
Right.
So they'll be your friend. Oh, they know your check coming and all this shit, and then next thing you know, when you get your check and shit, they'll be the first one to try to
charge you up. Like,
you gotta
pay tax on that. Yeah. I get you.
Line you up.
And I honestly didn't think about that. Right
now, got you thinking.
But outside of like in our community, I know for a fact that it's still gonna be some knuckleheads blow their money, do some wild shit, or use their money to do some wild shit. And get caught up just for not having that type of access to that type of money. And it's gonna be some people that fuck it up.
Listen, I say it'd be some people that will fuck it up or just probably splurging, but the criminal activity, the buying and selling drugs, I doubt. Probably buying weed. Ain't nobody gonna want to sell no drugs with $3 million.
Right, but I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not even thinking about or referring to the selling of drugs.
Right. Or criminal activity. Period. Like robbing, stealing, killing, or the gang related. Like you can literally buy you a house and live comfortably and don't have to worry.
But
start a business.
So you had me thinking. Right? Mm-hmm. When you said it will come from the other communities, right?
Right.
And where I think that will come in play is in corporate America.
That's other races.
Listen, but not only for trying to line you up or whatever, but just fake. Well, it is
a white collar lineup.
Right, but it's just like invest in this, helping you mismanage your money, right? And robbing you blind, right? That type of shit that's why I asked, are we ready? Like, are we ready for that? If we got reparations, would we be smart enough to handle this money the right way?
Listen, I believe and I hope that, I got hope that our brothers and sisters, the ones that are capable of, financial literacy and the ones that are able to manage their money would knowingly do it just to keep us up. Now, of course, you got some of us that would be just as bad as the other races and try to mislead or misguide your money into their pocket.
Right.
So, you gotta watch out for them. But at the same time, I believe deep down inside that, we would come up with something to help keep that afloat, like a program or something. 'Cause that's what we do. Like, we survive, bro. No matter we adapt and we survive. So no matter what, I think it will become an adaptation. I think that's the word, right?
If not, it is. That's the word.
Right. So I think we will automatically cope with it. Like, of course, everything gonna be perfect. Nothing is, but I think it will be.
I think that, like, I'm still gonna go with this, that they need to break it all down and rebuild it and reconstruct it to make it fit the diverse face of this country, right? I think that everything down to the Constitution needs to be looked at, reworded, rewritten to face today's world.
Right, because we still living, right, 100 years ago.
Yeah, like that shit is past its time. We evolved so far from that as a society. But honestly, do you think, not just our community, but do you think society is ready for that? And the reason I ask is because yesterday I'm out to eat, right, with my daughter and with their mom. And you know, me and my daughters are light skinned. Their mom is brown skinned, you feel me? We all black, but because my mom was white, I mean, I'm light skinned, my kids took after me, they light skinned. But we sitting at the table and this all white family come in, and it's one little girl that's sitting right behind my daughter, and she's just can't get her eyes off of my kid's mom, like, you feel me? Like, just looking at her, my kids calling her mom, like they're supposed to, because that's their mom, but she's just like shocked, bro, like, that's your mom? Like, I mean, just looking crazy. But like, to think it's 2019, we only 2 cities away, like, I mean, where everybody, if every race goes to the mall, that's right up the street, like, so you had to bump into somebody that looked like her, like, you feel me? But it's just like the awe of, and not only her, but her mom. I caught her mom a couple times, just like, just staring, like, oh, that's y'all family? Wow. Like, do you think in this day and age that we ready to see that that leverage get, or that playing field get leveled out, so where it's all even?
I believe the whole country has some growing up to do. You know, we all play a part in stereotypical beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
We all
talk that shit.
Right,
Go
so,
ahead.
yeah. So we all, you know, got a belief that once we see a certain race, it's certain shit that you can expect from that race, and just judging the race judging the person by his race.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I don't want to say racist, because racist is more than that. But judgmental is just, we are conditioned that way.
Right.
To see different and question different and wonder, and if it's not the same with what you're used to, it amazes you, it throw you off. So speaking for the family that, I mean, was in the restaurant, it was something that they just wasn't used to seeing, and maybe they thought it was beautiful, and you can't take your eyes off something that's beautiful like that.
Right.
So it captivated them, bro.
Right.
So
and
you should feel.
I did after, because my initial was like, yo, what the fuck? Can we just, like, I mean,
Enjoy your meal.
Yeah, enjoy my meal. But then I'm thinking about it and going through my mind, I'm like, yo, maybe it's not even like, oh, because at the table it was all women. It was the mom, her kids, and her mom. Like, it was no male at the table. So then I'm looking at, like, maybe that's it. Like, I mean, it could be that. It could be, oh, that's what it looked like for a complete family to sit together. Or, I mean, oh, maybe it was the culture shock of maybe all of their families aren't broken. Like, I mean, like, it went from being negative right off the rip, I mean, to, fuck it, like, just, it is what it is, like, I mean, and It just, at first, it just was like, yo.
You judged them because you thought they were
Yeah,
judging you.
but again, they was conditioned that way.
That's what I'm saying.
Conditioned.
That's what I'm saying. No, like, you looking across there and listen, they could have been totally in their conversation amongst themselves, just looking that way.
Oh no, this was blatant.
This was
blatant, bro. This is blatant, bro. This like it's blatant, bro. Like everything, like straight ignoring what's going on at the table, not even in none of the conversation at the table. Just like turn around, like like oh, this is what's going on in the world. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think our society, period, in America, can handle setting it, like getting it all squared away? Because there's one thing that this money or these reparations will never take away, and that's the damage that was done, period, to them people, them lives that was lost, the scars that are there from the whoopings, the long hours in the sun, the being held back, all of the years that we've been here since this system was put together to keep us back, the shit we still going through, like none of that pain goes away through that check.
No, absolutely not.
And none of the pain goes away, even if they do reconstruct the system to make that shit equal for everybody, and get those judges that think one-minded and oh, they black or they Latino, or we sending them off. Like, I mean, we getting them out of here. Like, if we could filter out those type of evils and make this country all actual leveled out and to fit the face of the country, which is diversity. If we could do that, do you think our society can actually handle that? If we create the level playing ground.
See, listen, it ain't our society, bro, that can't handle it. The question is, do you think the powers that be can handle it? Because that's all it is. Cause they control the media, they control the narrative. So with them controlling the narrative, they control how you think. If they control how you think, then that's just pretty much it. If you're already thinking one way, how can it be up to us?
I can't. Well, it's just like I posted. I think it was a couple of days ago on Instagram. If we all stand up, there is no game to play no more. Like, I mean, if we all came together and we all stood up, not just our race,
no,
everybody. But everybody, because if we put aside race, it's like we're all human. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody got a heartbeat. Everybody got a life, a journey that they gotta be on. Like, if.
But that's my question. Like, is the powers that be ready for that? If we stood up and there was no more games, are they able to face? Okay, boom. Let's reconsider everything, reconstruct it, and try to, make it better, in a sense, I guess, right?
I don't know.
Or would they, like, buckle down? Like, nah, we're not lifting a finger. You gonna stay under this?
I think
Whip the whip.
Because I think that I'm almost certain that they'll whip the whip more before anything. Because if you even look at what's this dude name? This old dude running for the presidency now, Sanders. Bernie Sanders. When he first ran, when he was going against Trump, it was reparations, everything. Oh, let's cut the check. Let's do this. Let's do that. But now, when he go on a Breakfast Club, it's not reparations. Let's cut the check and let's do all this. It's, oh no, we need to fix the communities. Let's put this there. Let's do that. Like, and some of the stuff he was saying, yeah, you're right. Well, bro, why can't you cut the check and do that at the same time? Why can't you help talk about the laws and the shit like that? Because all he was talking about was creating opportunities in the community. So basically,
politics,
it's
bro.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's why he lost.
I
the
know.
first election.
I know.
He's talking like that.
I know.
So
But
I
if you
think
really
he's going in and changing his game plan. Like, me personally, now, not to cut you off.
No, you're not.
Not to cut you off. I would like to think that Bernie Sanders is, you know, a good candidate. You know what I mean, for presidency, and he will be more biased than a lot of the candidates. I just think that his first election taught him a lot.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people, a lot of African Americans was probably on his side just because of that factor, reparations and a lot of this and a lot of that, whoop de whoop. But, but his election, I guarantee, probably scarred him a little bit, or I mean, left him with a bad taste in his mouth because he lost his elections, and this is my, you know, POV. Of course, nothing factual, but he lost.
You might be factual on this, but go ahead.
He lost his election due to popularity. Trump and Hillary Clinton, you know, won their ties because of who they were. You know, I guarantee, had not Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump ran in that election, and it was just, you know, everybody else outside of that, Bernie Sanders would have won.
It was more so the game plan, like you were saying, the game plan in which they ran. Her being a woman, striking, going for women's rights and all of that stuff. Like
and being a buckled down businessman.
Yeah.
And you know, I get why, you know, people thought that Donald Trump could have been a good choice, you know, because the country's in debt and
right.
But you know, shit like that. But this is the reason why me personally believe that I don't want to stay up track here.
No.
But
rock out. We got this all to do with everything.
So, but you know, he's okay with business. Cause I wouldn't say he's a great businessman. He's okay with business. I don't think he's fit for the job. I don't think there was not enough experience for him to take the job.
Right.
Like for him just to be a great businessman and be a mogul and be successful. Is that all it takes to be president of the United States?
That's what it boiled down to.
That's what it looked like
for that election.
Right. That's what it looked like for that election because he didn't have. To this day, he don't have a clue what's going on.
Right.
And he just making you know rash decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, some decisions Trump has made, you know, has certain numbers going up, you know, for the benefit of us too.
Right.
But all in all, we gotta put everything in the pot when you taste the soup. Everything in the pot when you make the soup. But listen, he's still leaving a bad taste in America's mouth.
It's the hate that come along with him being
where he represents.
What he represents. Like, I mean, that's what it is.
That's his seasoning. That's what I'm saying. It's leaving a bad taste.
So with that seasoning, do you think we can become the perfect pot of gumbo that all get along, or not even all get along, just can coexist, knowing that it's a level playing field?
I think we can, just the right seasoning, bro. Like, I mean, we all bring something to the pot, but it's just how it gotta be mixed.
I got my ideas on what the fear is from them looking at our people, but what is the real fear, bro?
Bro, listen, do you know, and this is my POV as well, and not factual, but I might be honest. Hey, I believe, honestly, in my soul of souls, that each and every last one of us of the African American descent are truly gifted with something that they want to keep away from us,
right.
like truly gifted with something that they want to keep away from us, like, and it's just. It ain't. I'm not saying we got powers and shit like that or anything. It's just it was something in our history that I think kept us close to who we really are and in tune with self, and just knowing that you can tap into your true potential. And that's basically what it is, keeping our true potential untapped.
Bro, it's something to be said about the genocide we went through, the horrors we still face, and they even got us turning against us, and we still here. Like, we ain't going nowhere. Like, you know what I mean?
Cause right, we ain't gonna go nowhere. You can't. I don't think it's possible to eradicate the black race or just get rid of it. Period.
Nah.
I don't think.
Nah.
Because this is a simple fact is, but not in this day and age. They had a better chance, but still, this is the dominant. This is the dominant. Skin complexion, or dominant color. Period. You know what I'm saying? You can put
every other color with every other color.
Right, bro.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
So you can look into the atmosphere and see
we there.
the melanin in the atmosphere. Our hair, bro, is the only hair that defies gravity. It will grow straight up.
Straight up.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's we're supposed to be here, like.
Yeah, bro. I'm not.
I know you're not, but I'm just helping our audience realize that shit.
I'm not oblivious, like, cause we could several conversations.
Right. I know.
We both deep into the research, like, but I would want to hear what is the fear, like, what is the fear? Because we never not once said we want to exterminate, get rid of, or do anything.
Power, bro. Listen, we once ran the world. They don't want this. They don't want the world to know that. And then they don't want to lose control. It's the power, bro. Like,
I just want to hear it. You know what I mean? I just want to hear somebody, not our, we know.
Right.
I just want to hear it come from the right source, you know what I mean?
Right.
I want to hear the right person on the other side say it.
I understand. Listen,
that's all. That's selfishly.
Nah, it ain't no self. I ain't selfish. That's not selfish by any means. Cause it's just like, trying to think of a great analogy. It's hard, but anyway, right. So you know how any altercation you have with a human being, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say for instance, we just using. All right, so
go on.
I take before I leave here, I take something from your home, right?
Right.
And without asking you, of course, it's totally thieving it.
Yeah, still.
And you know it, right? And I pretend like I don't know that you know.
Right.
Or I pretend like, everything's just all good. but you know.
Right.
So you in a sense of, I guess, to not throw away the friendship. See, this is why it makes it a tough analogy, because that's petty. In this situation is bigger, is way right.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, you would still feel better if I came to you and be like, hey, yo, Coolie, bro, I listen, I took this shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask. I know, blah, 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 blah. But, and give me my explanation when I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? I took your water because I was thirsty that day, bro, and I didn't have no water at the crib, or blah, 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 blah.
Whatever the case.
Right. So, but especially if it's a good explanation like that, but there's no excuse for what they did. But yeah, it would feel better to hear it.
So at least hear the apology.
Right. So I get why you want to hear, like, what's the fear, like, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, in both stories, I'm saying you gotta still, even though you heard the truth or didn't hear the truth, you still gotta watch this person.
Of course.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta keep it back in your mind. All right, if they did it once, they can possibly do it again. So
The game changed with time.
that's the thing. I think that's what they're afraid of. They lose the power and never will be able to regain again, because you know why? They fucked up already.
But my thing is, like, right? So it's not that some could say they've been thinking, or they constructed it so far that they gave themselves enough to look down. One day we're gonna have to give them something, I mean, or fix it some way for them. You feel me? But is it really gonna be fixed, or would reparations just be the setup for the letdown? Like, you know what I mean?
This is the thing, bro. Like, in our time, it felt like a long time.
Right.
400 years, 500 years of bullshit.
Yeah.
Not even a long time in history.
I know.
So, if you, and then you look back in history and add up the amount of years that, you know, we actually was in power and shit, and you really know your history and shit, so nothing lasts forever.
True indeed.
So,
true indeed.
It may take another 100 or 200 years for shit to flip.
Mm-hmm.
But how the saying go? Everything come back in style.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So the shit is
it's just a matter of time.
right.
And that's the whole reason why we're having this conversation, because when our community talks about the reparations, we act like, oh, this is it. Like, I mean, this is gonna be, if they say yeah and they really kick it out, this is gonna be the change the change. This is D-Day for us, like, I mean? And that's what I'm having, why we have this conversation.
This is I believe why the beneficial factor of this conversation, right? And for those who's listening, that's, you know, you shouldn't be listening if you ain't around our age, you know. Right? So you shouldn't be listening if you're not grown, right? So with that being said, every grown person that's, you know, of African American descent isn't getting no reparations. That's we're not in the lifetime for that.
Right.
Like, it maybe our kids are,
maybe,
or their kids, but this is the reason for this conversation right here, to see how much prepared we are for reparations now, and how much we can prepare our kids to, if they receive reparations. Because
the questions that we asking are, to me, it's the tough questions, and like, it's the way you kind of gotta look at it. You can't just look at reparations as, oh, we get the check, everything changed. You got to look at the system. You got to look at the economy, period. You got to look at the situation in which we live in or the neighborhoods in which we live in. How does that change? How does reparations actually affect those areas? And not just money-wise, system-wise. Like, does the education system, do we get equal education? Like, does it not matter no more if it's private or public? We get high learning education. Does it not matter your race or your gender? Do you get equal rights? Or when you walk in because you actually broke a law, are you gonna be given an equal sentence as your counterpart or as, I mean, like that type of shit we actually got to look at. And those are the conversations or the questions that I don't think everybody's asking themselves or having asked in conversation. Like, you know what I mean? Absolutely. And I was like, yo, I wanted to talk to you, period, about this, but I'm like, yo, why not just make this shit an episode and let's just talk about it, because it's an actual conversation that's going on right now, live in time. And shit, it affects us. We got an opinion on it, like, so why not?
But we talk about the tough shit, Coolie.
So of course, that's what we based on. Like, we talk about the tough shit, the fun shit. I mean, righteous and ratchet. Like, I mean, we talk about it all. But this was perfect substance for us to talk about. Like, it was perfect.
Can we change up the pace? Kind of in the same lane, but different highway.
Alright.
Yeah, I just want to talk a little current events.
Oh yeah, go
those some shit. I don't know if you heard about or seen about the young lady that's
she got shot in the stomach.
Yeah, she's the one trying to
down in Alabama where they got the
Bruh.
See, and this is part
right.
of the
That's
system.
what I'm saying.
Right there.
Same lane, different highway.
And it's not even just part of the system as far as our people. It's just part of the system, period, that got to be fixed. Because women down there, it feels like they damn near ain't got no rights once they get pregnant. Like, they damn near ain't got no rights. Bro.
Let's explain to the people what we're talking about.
You let me rock
right. So this article, where this woman, she got an altercation about her baby father, and the two women was actually arguing over her baby father or something like that in that category. She initially started the altercation, and the woman that she started the altercation with shot her in the stomach. It caused her to have a miscarriage, killing the baby, and no charge. Or the woman that shot her wasn't indicted, but the woman that got shot, the pregnant woman that got shot
in the stomach, whose child died,
is
being prosecuted for manslaughter.
For the reason for it being her fault that the child, lost their life. And you see, it's a toss up, right?
It's a tough combo.
So I just wanted to shed my light on it because I had shared it on my page, and maybe something I should share. I gotta share on the Grown Ups Talk page as well, because I got a little feedback from people, and everybody had their little opinion.
Yeah,
or not little opinion, but had their opinion. And some people was making some pretty good statements and shit, or got a good POV. But mine is this, the fact that she lost a child is suffering enough. She learned her from her mistakes
immediately.
Right. So she had time to come to realization, like, damn, I fucked up. Acting out and causing this altercation cost my child's life. Now, being though, that's what you go to jail for. You go to jail when you responsible for someone losing their life. Understandable.
Right.
But those you go to jail for the ones that's born. So if you give her time for an unborn child, anyone that get an abortion deserves the same time. in my opinion, this is my opinion.
Okay.
You know, even though when you get the abortion is not fully, whatever the technicalities is, it's still a fetus.
But that's why she's going through that in Alabama because of that law, because of the abortion laws that they got down there. Like
So-
you basically cannot get an abortion unless if there's something wrong with the child or physically wrong with you, where you won't be able to carry out the pregnancy.
Okay.
So because they're
It's that
looking
state.
at it's that state, so they're looking at it as if she never started it. Like if you're pregnant, you're not supposed to be getting into altercations like this, knowingly or not knowingly. If she has a
Do they not know that a pregnant woman hormones is like a raging bull, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. In
I just think they tend to be unrealistic. Like they
Right.
they live in their own bubble and
Right,
they
bro.
can't see. They live in black and white, but you can't see the color. Like the shit hurt their eyes.
It's
Like
more white than black.
right, like
Right.
yo, but the shit is just so fucking. It's
This shit,
you gotta live here to really know what the fuck go on.
bruh, I'm telling you, this shit.
Because if you don't care. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. The whole thing with them is it don't matter if it was rape, it don't matter if it was incest, it don't matter what caused you to get pregnant. If you do anything to harm that child or put that child that's in your stomach in any danger, and danger happens to that child or that child loses their life, you are liable. That's exactly how they're looking at it. Is it right? No. Because a simple argument should not turn into
Right.
should not turn into
argue
being
every
shot
day,
in the
B.
stomach. And if she was gonna shoot her, why shoot her in her stomach? You get what I'm saying? Like, why are you shooting her in her stomach if you know she's pregnant? Like, she was 5 months pregnant, so she was showing. So you know she was pregnant, and especially if you're dealing with the same dude, you know that she's pregnant. Why would you aim for her stomach?
And
Why not the ass cheek? Why not a leg? Why even shoot her?
Why even shoot? Because you, like, yeah.
And then they said, oh, because she started the argument, the other girl don't get nothing brought up against her because it's self-defense.
That's why, like we said, these laws need to be changed.
And that's why I said, bro, if that's gonna be, if they're talking reparations, they need to talk totality. They need to talk laws. They need to reconstruct all of this shit. It need to be reconstructed.
The fact that, all right, now this is the thing. This is why reparations can play an important factor, right? You know, there will be no more ghetto. You know what I'm saying? If they did it right.
Right.
If there was a ghetto, we wouldn't be living in it.
I think if they smart, they do something for reparations. They do something. Like if it's the payout, if it's like Bernie Sanders is saying, just fix.
48 years in the move.
Yeah, like they gotta do something, because if anything, they'll be looked at. If you're thinking with the wicked mind, you thinking that if I do this shit and I fix this shit and I'm running that country, this shit goes through the roof. I could be put at one of the greatest, or this shit'll forever be great because I did this. Like, you know what I mean? If you're thinking wickedly and selfishly, like, and being at the top of the food chain or whatever that is.
That's just what it is.
You know what I mean? But if you're scared of what can become, then you don't. That's the only thing that I feel like they'll show us by not doing. If you don't do it, you show us that you're scared of what can become. We will rise again to our stature of being great and eventually ruling it all like we were. And it's not saying that that's all we want, to rule the world again, like, because we do that regardless, because even though you oppress us and you do all this shit you do, you want to be just like us. You dance like us, you dress like us, you talk like us, you try to walk like us, you try to live like us. Like, all of the other shit that
not them per se, right? The ones, not the powers that be per se, but
everything under the umbrella.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Everything under the umbrella. So, and I heard somebody say they fear our people, but if they look at their offspring and their grandkids and great grands, and we're right there in your living room. Cause they listen to the same music, they act like us, they try to act like us, they dance like us, they like all of the same shit that we do that you tell them not to do, they do. We right there, we already there. Like it already happened. Like you can't stop it, no matter what. And again, it's not about stopping it. It's not about the right, the wrong. It is, if you're gonna fix it, fix it. Don't. And we know y'all not in the business of fixing shit. It's just a treatment. You'll give it a treatment. Like, all right, that's all right. I was about to go down a whole nother. Anyway, but listen, man. I just feel like it need to be. If you're gonna fix it, just fix it all, man. Just fix it all. Give up the bread. I mean, give everybody they just do financially. Set it up systematically so we can use those finances to flourish the way we're supposed to, and cut out the BS racial injustices and the things that's going on. Like, I think that it can be done. I just think, like you said, we gotta grow up as a country.
Nah, absolutely. And that goes a little bit for everyone. Seriously, because our people would get reparations, and you know, like you said, I kind of act a fool with it. But I don't honestly, I really got more hope for us than that.
I do too.
I don't think it would be a total loss. I don't think it would be, you know, as bad as we may think, because, you know, people tend to do things when they back against the wall, or they're feeling pressured, or they feel like they have, like, you know, they need to or have to. That would give us a sense of relief. You don't necessarily got to do, like, you don't got to do this, bro. Like,
right.
So, like, really, why are you doing it? Like, you don't need the money.
Right.
You don't, and that's a lot. Me personally, I believe a lot of our downfall is, you know, the black on black crime, that epidemic is due to, you know, gang violence and gang relation and
financial situation.
Yeah,
the list goes on.
Right. So you out there, you doing what you got to do for your gang, and most likely your gang is trying to be funded. You're trying to fund your gang. That's should be the objective.
Right.
To fund your gang is the bigger picture there is money. If you got that right there, then what are you doing it for? So our people, I really believe, will come out now. See, that's the thing. When you say they would do silly shit, like, I think people will tend to, it would be overflow. It will overflow of rap music.
Bro.
Overflow with,
bro. I can only imagine the shit we'll create, come up with, or invent.
Right. That's
when
true.
that shit, because now you're free enough to openly think. It'll be a flood of ideas and inventions and all. Like, it can only mean good. You know what I mean? It can only mean good. It can only mean good. But I need y'all to take away from this episode. I need y'all to take away that our people, African American people, I need us all to prepare ourselves, our children, and the generations to come for said reparations, for what we know to be making it right. I need us to not rely on reparations, because it may never come. We may never see it. But mentally prepare the generations coming up under you to make it right themselves, to hustle up, love one another, make it right themselves. Be the type of people that you know can flourish in this atmosphere. By all means, love one another, love each other, and let's do this the right way. Let's continue to be grown-ups. Listen, I am Coolie Maine. You can find me everywhere under the name of Coolie Maine. If you can't find me there, you can find me anywhere grown-ups talk.
Facts. You already know. It's your boy AK Chief signing out. Checking off. You know the motto. Like, share, and follow. If you didn't do it, do it. Do that shit again. Or tell a friend and do that shit again. Hey, listen. I just want to give a shout out to my boy Blaze at All Star Lineup, 450 Forest Road, West Haven, Connecticut. Go check my boy out and shit. Know what I mean? Not to take anything from you.
Listen, it's we supporting black business.
Right,
so
right. That's it. That's all it is.
If you're in West Haven, go holler at him. If you're in New Haven, come holler at Bart.
That's it.
I mean, so on and so
Blaze
forth.
and Bart, that's it.
Yeah, you feel me?
Holler at them boys.
Yeah.
If you're in the area, that's 450 Forest Road. But yeah. That's it, man.
And listen, Bart and Blaze, we finna come pull up on y'all with these mics,
Absolutely.
man. And get some interviews with y'all. So, I mean, listen, man, I love my people. I love the people that love us, support us, and do what we do. But I need y'all to do this. Tell a friend, and tell another friend. And all y'all together, hit that subscribe button, man.
Mm-hmm. And in the word of TCB, and don't be but.
Word. You know what it is. Talk to us grown and don't talk to us at all.
Right.